Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Scraptember and 30 Days of Sketches. Today, I will be working with this sketch. It is for day 7. I actually end up stretching this sketch to be a 2-page layout because I felt like it would really work as a 2-page layout. So I'm starting out with some white cardstock for each page, and I am going to cut down this very light blue paper. It has a pattern, but it is very subtle, and you might not be able to pick it up in the video. And then I'm also cutting this wood grain paper. I originally wanted to have the wood grain paper be a background for both sides of my 2-page layout, but I didn't have enough wood grain, and that's why I ended up combining it with the blue paper. And now I've got everything glued down, those two pattern papers, and I'm just kind of laying out my photos, seeing where I want them to go and how I want them to spread across the 2-page layout. Now, these pictures are just pictures that we took at the duck pond. There is a duck pond near us. We walk to it every day, sometimes twice a day. There's a park there, and we have picnics there, and it's just a really special place for us. But it's also kind of a funny story, and that's what this layout is all about because we call it the two duck pond because instead of there being ducks there, there are only two ducks that we've ever seen. They're very happy ducks, but only two. And there's mostly geese there, honestly. And they're very friendly. They don't like attack you. They just waddle away when you're walking the hiking path that's there. But we just always joke about how it's called the duck pond, but there are only two ducks. So that's going to actually, you'll see, be the title of my page. But for right now, I am actually using some more Simple Stories paper, and I love this paper, this yellow floral paper. It is probably my favorite paper in my entire collection of pretty papers. Um, and it's just really gorgeous. And as you can see in the sketch, it has one band going across the page. So I wanted to use that on my 2-page layout. And that's the paper I picked because it just had some really pretty colors in it that I could pull out with some embellishments. And here I'm just messing around with some Simple Stories embellishments, and I'm building my first cluster. I decide to use this little library card holder and put a tag in there so it looks like the tag is sticking out of the drawer. And then I really want to incorporate this duck because, again, we are talking about the duck pond or the two duck pond. And I can't figure out where I want him to go, so I just set him to the side and start working on the other cluster of embellishments that I will have at the top. So I'm putting that together. And what I love about Simple Stories is that the embellishment clusters come together so well. I am actually using several different Simple Stories collections, but this is mainly from the Everyday collection. The embellishments are, at least. And I love it because all of the colors work so well together in no matter what collection you're working with when it comes to Simple Stories. So I'm just adhering all of that down and kind of moving it around. This area that I'm working with right now is going to be my journaling spot. And then I do end up incorporating that little duck, and I also incorporate this bunny. Now, these two embellishments are from one of the spring collections from Simple Stories, but again, the colors worked perfectly with the Everyday collection. And I wanted to use two ducks, but I did not have two ducks. So we do have jackrabbits bouncing around near the duck pond. So I figured that would fit as well. And here you can see I'm assembling the title, and like I said, we're calling it the Two Duck Pond because it's just our family's little inside joke. And I'm just putting down the foam stickers. I went with red because there's red in the floral paper and also in the embellishments. So I wanted that red to kind of pop. So I used the foam stickers in red. And then I also cut down this little strip of paper from the Everyday collection and I made it into a little like flagged banner and I just added it underneath the word to or the two words to duck just to kind of level that title out and make it feel like it's actually part of the layout. And then I also added two strips down at the bottom of that floral paper to bring it all together. And then here I'm just adding enamel dots and I also added some twine to that tag and I adhered that down with my Zig two-way pin just to hold that twine in place. And here's the finished layout. I really enjoyed putting this together and I love how it turned out. I think this will definitely be a go-to design for me when it comes to two-page layouts. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.